What's up, YouTube? I don't see a whole lot of videos about like his and hers bug out bags, and I'm gonna go through her bug out bag. We mainly put her bug out bag together because we've had a couple poor experiences with hotels and Airbnbs and stuff, especially on our last outing for our honeymoon. We went to Massachusetts and New Hampshire and Maine, and we got up there and our Airbnb with, well, on our way back was the worst. We stayed in a really sketchy place because our hotel didn't book or something like that, and we stayed at a really sketchy hotel. So we bought one of these. Goes underneath the door. You tighten this part down, and a little added security on the door because we did not want to stay there once we saw the place. Once we saw the place, we wish we had been camping. And we could have found a state forest or something and set up camp for the night and felt much safer and probably had a much cozier experience. But, so, we bought one of those. This is one of my old bags, and it's really comfortable. It's not, once you get it loaded down too much, it's not super comfortable at all, but hers probably only weighs 10-15 pounds. There's no food in her bag. We're just going to throw it in there when we go on vacation, so if we decide that we don't want to stay someplace, we have an alternative that's probably going to be a lot better. But I wanted to get that out of the way because that went with that whole story. So in her bug out bag, up top we have some toiletries, there's some toilet paper, some deodorant. I got, it's a little bidet, and it goes in the end of a water bottle. Make sure you don't drink out of that water bottle. Single wall stainless steel bottle. Hers is brand new. She hasn't used it yet. Mine's all blackened on the outside and stuff. You'll see it when we go through my bag. But little bidet. It goes in the end of a water bottle so you can squeeze it and clean yourself with it. It doesn't weigh anything. It doesn't take up any room. There's like a flattened roll of toilet paper. Deodorant and hair bands. Let's see, we've got neck pain relief, blister, pads, a little hand warmer that doubles as a battery charger, 2 different cords for it. Gotta have yourself a Swiss butter knife, lighter. These things will become redundant in the future, but I go by the mindset sometimes that 1 is none and 2 is 1. I'm like that with the necessities, with water, fire, and shelter, kind of. I don't have to pack this all up while I talk to you. A bag full of plastic bags. I know these are hard to come by in New York State, but we have family in Pennsylvania. Inside here, another steel cup. I always try, this is for water only. Water only, nothing else. Anything else can go in here. Even if you're going to mix juice with your water or something, a powdered mix or something, do it in here. Water only. Little collapsible cup. Because I'm on the floor in the living room, Bina is going to be joining us a lot during this video, I think, aren't you? A little foldable, smashable cup. Bina, can you come over here? Thank you. You sit down. Sit down. Sit down. Atta girl. I think she's got coffee, tea, some honey spoons, some coffee mixes, like there's turmeric latte, mochaccino, some instant coffee mixes. There's some tea in there too. All stuff that's gonna last for quite a while, and even if it starts to go bad, whatevs, it went bad. Some socks and underwear, long johns. There's an ultralight sleeping bag in here. I know it's not the best for winter, but it's better than no sleeping bag at all. Water purification. That's for water only. Some rubber gloves. You never know. Little first aid kit. I'll show you what's in there in a second. And in the bottom of the bag is an ultralight backpacking tent that she got for me a few years ago. If I go backpacking or something, I'll just steal it out of here. But yeah, if we would have had this stuff and my stuff that night that we stayed at the sketchy hotel, we totally would have stayed at a state forest or something. I got some headache medicine. I think those are laxatives. There's trauma injury stuffs. Clean out wounds. Or your water filter. Survival. Combat gauze. That would be good for a big wound. There's a lighter in there. Bunch of gauze. Q-tips. Ace bandage. All stuff that you'd probably wind up needing to use at some point or another, right? My first aid kit looks a lot the same, I think. We'll check it out and I'll let you know. This is my bag. Her bag probably weighs 15 pounds. Mine probably weighs 25 or 30. It's packed out a little heavy because it's winter time, but this thing just rides around in my car, and like if I really needed my bug out bag, I'd probably throw the pants on that are in it and the long johns that are in it and everything. I'd probably put those on my body and not have to carry them in here, plus I'd be warmer. So anyway, on the outside of it here, let's see, let's start here. I made this pad. It's waxed canvas on this side, and I put 2 layers of an old military wool blanket in there, and this thing is awesome. I've used it in the woods for sitting on. I've used it alongside the road for working on my car. All sorts of stuff. You wouldn't believe how handy that thing is. As you can tell, it's a mess because I've used it a lot. This is... We have another one of these, and I want to put it in my wife's bag as well. But it's a raincoat on one side and a blanket on the other side, and it's got a hood in the middle like a poncho. They're really cool. Those will be really good for at concerts and stuff. Let's see what's in here. In the front pouch, oh yeah, a little headlamp. I have another one of these kicking around here too that I'm gonna put in my wife's bag. Let's see what's in the top. Lighters. Actually, it might be easier to go in it first. Yeah, let's go in it first. As you can see, it's packed right to the top. But this is what I was talking about. The first thing out of there. These are a old pair of military windbreaker outer layer pants. Helpful in this weather. This is all like winter clothing and stuff too. Yep. There's long sleeve shirt, long johns, extra socks, an extra bandana, wool hat. Well, a knit hat anyway. This makes an excellent shelter. It's actually an old shower curtain. It's one of the cloth feeling ones. It's already got the holes in one end of it. It's really nice for tying it off. I've used it a whole mess of times, and it works out great. Water filtration. I took my one that was already open and used and moved it to another bag that it has respirator masks in it. That's the 4-pound food bag that you guys saw. Remember, some of that weight is those metal cups and whatnot. You don't need those. There's some tools, some extra cordage. Actually, I think this is all like cordage and rope and stuff. Yep. Cordage, tape, some duct tape, some little toggles. All really handy for building a shelter. There's also, on the outside pocket here, there's some rope in there. Bina, you're right in the way, sweetheart. That little pouch that I pulled out of the outside pocket, that's all fire starting stuff. There's some birch bark in there, a candle, some tinder fungus. Yeah, you like that, huh, Bina? Remind everybody to subscribe. Tell them to hit the thumbs up too. A little fire starter. There's some jute twine in there. These little through light flashlights, they're super bright. They're awesome. This one was my everyday carry for a while, and then I found this little plastic one that's super cheap and it's super bright and it's a lot lighter. But this is nice. Those will treat you well if you get one of the. It's called a through light. The other outside pocket, there's a small first aid kit. There's some betadine, burn gel because playing with fire. The rest is all like band-aids. There's tweezers in there for getting ticks or slivers or whatever out. It's just a quick little common problem bag. And I keep that on the outside. These tough little gloves, they aren't going to keep you warm, but they'll keep your hands a lot safer. What is this called? Water Bandit. If you come to a hose that it's all wore out and you can't get it connected or anything, this will hook up and this will get you some water. I used that when we took our trip across the country in the RV. There was some places where the water hookup wasn't very good. And told you guys about the Mora knife. Keep that. I keep that on the outside of the pack so it's easy to get to. And my stainless steel water bottle. As you can tell, mine's been used a whole mess. What else do we have in here? Oh, yep. This is a lot of the weight in my bag right now. A nice heavy wool blanket. That could be a lifesaver in this weather. And yeah. Little tomahawk. It's got a hammering surface on it too. That'll do a lot of fun things. This tarp, I got this off of eBay a while back. I don't even remember how much it cost, but it's got the reflective on one side and it's green on the other. This is real good for making a shelter out of or putting underneath yourself, like combining these two. Good stuff. Great big old nasty rotten up screwdriver. This is for digging a poop hole if I have to dig a poop hole, if I have to break, if I'm in someplace urban and I have to get into someplace. That's good stuff. What else is in here? Nope. That looks like it's it. I have extra hacksaw blades in there. I think there's one metal and one wood, and the one that's in my little hacksaw that I used on a project and didn't put back in my bag, that's the either or, metal or plastic. Metal or wood, rather. So, yeah, that's our his and hers backpacks. Oh, the top of mine. That's right. Tiger Balm. My shoulder. I get problems with my shoulder. And Tiger Balm is the shit. Lots of snacks in here. Remember I was telling you about those empty calories? Olives. These things are delicious, aren't they, Vina? Yeah. That cute little puppy nose sticking out there. There's some more protein granola bars in there. Bina. Another pocket knife. I told you they were going to be redundant. This is actually a fixed blade. Got a cool little bead on there. That's a Tops knife. What did I have inside of here? Oh, an extra pair of reading glasses. And some toiletries in my bag. There's another one of those bidets. And I have a rag in there and some folded up toilet paper. A little jar of weed, of course. There we go. Now that's everything. Peace.